I want to make a video about my father's birthday in Dubai this year, where we went to the Atlantis, the new Atlantis in Dubai, the one that hired Beyonce to kickstart the opening. It's a new hotel, huge investment, and they paid, apparently, allegedly, Beyonce $25 million for a performance, which was incredible, iconic, and culturally significant. And I was talking to the waitress about this. Can we say waitress? Is that acceptable? Um, and my dad goes, for some reason he wants to belittle Beyonce and my admiration for her and her talent and her music. And he goes, well, she's no Michael Jackson, in a weird way. And I'm like, right, no one said that she was, but also he was just like, oh no, he's the greatest, because we started talking about Beyonce because of the hotel. That was my break the ice situation. We're like, oh yeah, we decided to come to this hotel, to this restaurant, because Beyonce was here, ha ha ha. And I've been to her show 5 times this year, ha ha ha. And like, oh, she goes, oh, that's amazing, that's so cool, Beyonce is so cool. And my dad goes out of nowhere, yeah, but Michael Jackson's better. And then, isn't it obvious that he would go to a Beyonce concert 5 times? I had blonde hair and blonde eyebrows. I was like, what? And that ruined my whole fucking mood. And that's his birthday. And then the funniest thing is that ruined my mood, but I didn't have the right to be in a bad mood because it was his birthday. And that would be like selfish of me. That's like what they would say. So I would just sit there and say nothing and not even be, giving attitude, but just sit there neutral. And they would still, my mom and my dad would kind of like poke me and be like, oh, you know, did you take offense? You can't take offense. That's not, you know, it's like up to you to take offense of that or not. And also, that's like not a cool thing to do. Girl, you just basically out of nowhere, stepped all over me and my passions. And Beyonce, like what the fuck? Uh One of the greatest. And expect me to just like continue, being the clown, because I was having a good time. I was entertaining. Maybe that's why also, I don't know, there's so many confusing mixed signals of like why my parents would do that always, all the time. And it just became impossible to ignore. So, it escalated into something like completely crazy. Anyway, I want to talk about that story because I think it's fun. And I just saw the movie for Michael Jackson, so I want to talk about that as well. All right, tune in tomorrow.